It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports, and we've got a showdown in the NFC South. It's the Bucs and the Falcons on EA Sports.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Falcons in this matchup. They know coming in they've got to be at their best because they're facing one of the better overall defenses in the NFL.
And this is not one of the better offenses around in terms of running the football. So they understand that they're going to be put to the test a bit. The big plays in the run game, they haven't been there of late, so maybe that means we'll see them shake things up a little bit. Some RPOs, some touch passes, some draw plays, anything to try and gain a little bit of momentum.
It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in week 4. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
It hasn't taken Herbert long to earn this status as one of the league's best and most entertaining passers. He's locked and loaded on every snap, and the second he sees an opening, the ball's soaring downfield. You've got to be on your A game at all times against him. The second you slip up, he's liable to burn you.
Herbert on the first play wants to pass it. Swings this out for Hunt. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Looking to throw again on second down. Herbert. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it, and the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
Man, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, this guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
So here are the Falcons with great field position to start out. As we get a peek at their dynamic signal caller hailing from Mississippi State, it's Dak Prescott.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. We take a peek at the list of inactives for this week's game, and gosh, this early in the season, Charles, injuries already accumulating for this squad.
You got to wonder in this organization, are they just saying to themselves, well, hopefully we're just getting them out of the way early so we can make a late season push when we have everyone back. It certainly feels that way with the number of injuries they've had already.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Moore. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Prescott on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Second down, ball on the 3. First down marker at the 1-yard line. Now Prescott. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field and brings up third down. Third and short yardage. Prescott. The quick slant caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, you have to be aware defensively that you've got 2 goals because obviously you're trying to prevent the touchdown, but you're also trying to keep it from getting a first down as well. That time they weren't up to the task, and it's first and goal.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Kamara, touchdown, Falcons. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The numbers on the ground for Hunt a week ago. 22 carries, 75 yards, and a touchdown.
He comes into this one ranked 9th in the NFL in rushing. I think that every member of that offense knows exactly where he sits. You can see it from every one of them out there. They're all fully committed to making this a game where it really breaks free and climbs a couple of spots.
Allen's first catch, good for a first down. And Charles, of interest here, that last throw is going to put him over 20,000 yards passing for his career, and that's not a bad number.
You're exactly right about that, and even though it's nowhere near the top of the leaderboard, because when you think about it, Brady and Breeze, they've done that 4 times over. But when you hit 20,000, let's face it, only a little over 100 guys have ever done that in the NFL. It's worthy of some applause.
Herbert's throw here complete to Kelsey. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. From the 40 now on second down. Herbert. Pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. He'll get this one underneath to Hunt. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. They'll run with Hunt on second down. He's got room at the 30. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Yeah, and this could be a sign of what this defense is in for, because you know all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense, you've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him or he can make you pay. Technique, technique, technique.
On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Here's Herbert. And he completes it to Hunt. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Herbert on first down now. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Herbert now. That is caught. And the Buccaneers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Hunt. No signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1. They'll try to run with Hunt, and he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Kareem Hunt with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from evening this one up. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that drive spans 13 plays. And Kareem Hunt, the one to finish it off, as he did so with a touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So for the 2nd time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Here's Kamara trying to run for it, and he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. These 2 teams all tied after 1. Back now in Atlanta, 2nd quarter action. The Falcons with the football. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On play action, Prescott. This one to Bourne, and he's got it. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Play action now, Prescott. Keeps himself upright, but in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
This is unbelievable.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 1 yard is the loss. They back up even further to a 3rd and 15.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sends his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
The Falcons on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 15. Prescott from the gun. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a 1-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw there complete to Allen. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Herbert, that's caught. It's Bryan Edwards. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a 1st down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
On 1st down, Justin Herbert. And to the right side here, it's Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a 2-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Herbert throwing again. Over the middle, complete. That's Hunt. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the 1st half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the 2nd half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Hunt running left. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line. A 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He finds his man. It's Robinson. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. 2nd down and goal. Herbert rolling to his right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. Or do you put it in your quarterback's hands again? That's the question here on 3rd and goal. They'll try to run for the 1st down with Hunt. And Hunt is not going to get there. What a stand so far defensively. And now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on, and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
And his kick is good. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Atlanta regains possession of the football. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the 1st half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge, because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues. To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
2 minutes remaining in the 1st half. 10-7, our score. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Prescott off play action. He's got a man, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 30 yards.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Dante Pettis, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are able to move back in front. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is now 14-10. So that drive at 4 plays. And the Falcons score to cap it off. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. There's the versatile back, Kareem Hunt, getting set with the rest of this offense for the next drive.
First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as the season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Herbert on 3rd down now. And he'll go right back to Allen. That's complete. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the second quarter. Prescott on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Prescott to throw it. They'll get this out to Kamara. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Looking to throw, Prescott. Alvin Kamara reeling it in on back-to-back plays. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 23. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. And those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Green Bay Packers. Brandon Ayuk, over 100 yards receiving and a touchdown catch as well. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting L.A. Chargers. The Chiefs still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for Tampa Bay. And they've had plenty of success throwing the football so far this afternoon, as they're on pace to throw for over 300 yards if their form holds. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they too were able to take advantage of a soft secondary, as both of these two teams really threw the ball at will in that first half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. This will be fielded inside the 5. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Off the play fake, Prescott. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. How about this? They'll try the option, left side. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 14 yards that time, and a first down on the keeper.
I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Look pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Kamara off the draw. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
First down, Prescott. Again, he finds more.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. Forced out, and he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
And let's see, the Bucs with 6 DBs, so a dime set here on 3rd down. Prescott from the gun.
He'll find more on the comeback route.
And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10, marking down at the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Now, I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
Throwing, Prescott. Touchdown, Falcons! Kendrick Bourne
His second touchdown on the season. And the Falcons take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
On second down and 4, Herbert. And his throw is incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Herbert. He'll get this one underneath to Hunt. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something, because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
First down there on a pickup of 25.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Prescott now from the 50. Flushed out right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Prescott on the right side. This is Miller. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 38-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. To throw is Prescott. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 23 yards, the final tally.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available, because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. Here's Prescott. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. So they're coming up here on the 9th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and goal. Now Prescott. Flush to his right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Boswell's kick is good. And the lead grows to 14 at 24-10. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
So out come the Bucs now.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Open man is Edwards. He's got it.
So no gain on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. To throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. And his throw here is incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Herbert. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And a fair catch called for and taken right on the midfield stripe. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. A 1st down throw for Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Moore.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
Prescott now. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Again, it's Kamara. Even with him busting through the contact, he'll still be stopped just inside the 35. Here's Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game. So now from a defensive perspective, they might still have a pulse.
Yeah, that probably would have sealed their fate, but now they're still within 2 scores.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
Well, they didn't fall behind any further thanks to that missed field goal, but still staring at this 4th quarter deficit.
The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Herbert now. Caught by Allen.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
third down, here's Hunt. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. 1 yard is the gain, and that'll be good enough for a Tampa Bay first down. Now, yes, a two-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a two-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Herbert. His throw incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Miller on the catch over the middle. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Looking left sideline, incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Prescott. Got the connection here to Bourne. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. 3rd and short yardage, Prescott. And that is incomplete. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa Bay offense set to go again. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now it's Herbert. A beautiful fake. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 8. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Fourth down for Herbert. Desperation time. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert. and they turn it over. The Bucs try it on 4th down but come up empty. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10. Prescott, and he's got the hook up to Moore.
And he's going to be knocked down just outside the 10. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. Another nice move. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown Atlanta. Alvin Kamara with a 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Falcons are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. So an important touchdown right there is now they're really beginning to pull away.
Yeah, this was a tight game until not too long ago. But since then, they've hit the accelerator, and they pushed the lead up to 3 scores here in the 4th quarter, and I don't see them looking back.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try to pick themselves back up.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. After the incompletion, here now 3rd and 2. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. They'll go screen here to Hunt. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Yeah, 3rd down. You know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force 4th down.
They snap it to Herbert. Throw left side complete. That's Edwards. And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters, and this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th, but a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
Herbert's throw there complete to Allen.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Herbert throwing again. And he completes it to Hunt. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Throwing again on 2nd down. Herbert. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Herbert operating from the red zone. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Back to throw here, Herbert. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
On 4th down, Herbert. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10.
Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down.
And he stopped immediately there.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons.
And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Falcons, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they will hit the road next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals.